Hello, everyone. I hope your weeks and fall have been good. Um, as we enter colder weather, some people deal with seasonal issues and like the changing of the weather. So I think that's something that isn't talked about enough. I think it really affects moods. Like, even though I love rain, like, I love colder weather, and we don't even get where I live that cold weather, but, um, I hope everybody has been hanging in there, because I know that a lot of lovely people compliment on my videos and share their own thoughts, and I really appreciate it. I do try to get respond as quickly as possible, but sometimes I don't know what to say. As terrible as it sounds, I don't know how to respond. So I do eventually, and I don't really go on this account on this computer a lot either. I usually just use it for school. So yeah, I will get to comments, but if I don't fast enough, I apologize for that. So, but anyways, me personally, again, it's always just like a constant up and down, just today was more of a down day. If I were to say 10 being super happy, 1 being terrible, I would say it's like a 4 3. But what can you do? It's probably because I didn't get enough sleep, to be honest. And I don't think I've been eating enough. I'm trying, but I don't know. Something I did recently was kind of write an analysis of my own thoughts as to why sometimes I feel upset. And I think, even though it's probably a personal thing, for me, I don't mind sharing it because I think that it could be relatable to somebody. For me, when I get upset, it's usually like a chain reaction. One thing can go wrong. This can either be like a major thing or a really small thing. And then, depending on what it is, sometimes it just goes downhill from there. Sometimes it goes downhill slower, like over a series of minutes, hours, maybe days. It just gets worse and worse. Sometimes it's instantaneously. Very rarely though, but I think that's been happening more often, unfortunately. But yeah, so usually once one thing is triggered, usually it causes a chain reaction. Most of them having to do with self-loathing, or believing that the world is against me. And I think it's either one of those two. It's really usually either one of those two. It's either oh, I don't feel good enough for this place, or this place doesn't feel good enough for me. And it really depends. But yeah. One thing I have been trying to do is try to make myself feel better by being more generous. And I'm saying this openly. I do genuinely enjoy doing good deeds. But people say, "Oh yeah, if you do good deeds, you'll feel better, you'll feel better." I do feel good that I did that, but personally I just don't. It's just not a magic this, but I do really think sometimes it can help, but sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why I added that part. I just thought it was interesting. What makes it get worse each time the cycle repeats is the fact that it's repeating. Usually I always lead to being upset that I am upset again. And I think also when people are feeling these intense emotions, it feels like we've always felt them. At least it's like that for me. It feels like it's always has been like that. It always has been like just this intense like terribleness. It's and when I'm happy, it's also like, oh, I don't remember what I was like when I was sad. It's like that. An up that I've had recently, trying to look on the positive side, was that I have been getting more like into what I'm gonna do in the future, and when I remember the last time I was feeling better, I did have a sense, and I kind of still have that, of just thinking like things are probably going to be okay, even though usually they don't seem like it. I think that it's it's easy to be tricked into thinking that they won't be. And I don't know, I just think that I was looking at colleges because I'm a junior in high school, and some of the, like, and specifically art colleges, and they were talking about like, and I guess I was like supposed to show them my art, and some of them like liked them. I know they were trying to sell them to me, but still, um, I think some did, and I don't know. That just really like, wow. I like, cause I think I want to be an art teacher when I grow up. I think it sounds really fun. I don't know. Um, when I grow up, and it's in a few years, but um, yeah. So I've been more like, I'm excited and not excited at the same time to become older. Um, I'm, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Um, it's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say my age on here, like, if YouTube doesn't like that, but, yeah, so I gotta really focus in on making art. That's something that I have to do, but other than that, I think I'm pretty excited for like, oh, maybe I'll hopefully get into college, and we'll see. However, recently it's been pretty low, like low lows. I did end up relapsing on don't know if I want to specify the addiction, but on some sort of addiction, and that was really like I hadn't done that in a while, so it was pretty upsetting, but we get through it. Um so I'm sorry, I'm embarrassing myself. But I don't know, like sometimes when you really relapse on stuff, you don't really want to I identify with yourself, with the version of yourself that is relapsing, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. But yeah, so that wasn't my favorite part. But I had urges to again, and then I didn't. So that's good. And overall, I did twice within the span of a few days. So yeah, that's one thing. But I'm here, and I'm talking, and today the clouds were very beautiful, and that's one thing I remember. I actually took some pictures. And I don't know. I think when also feeling upset, it's easier to be happy because like simpler things make you happy. Like I was eating chips today, and there was a I don't know how to explain it, but there was like a double chip, and I love those. So that's one thing. And then the clouds. I love clouds. So then again, it's been like raining, and I haven't seen rain in a long time. So that's exciting. See, I do believe one thing about me is that when I am in these moods, I'm more comfortable because I really don't know how to pick myself up out of them. And honestly, sometimes I don't want to because I'm more comfortable like that. But I know at some point it becomes like you need to not think what you're thinking, if that makes sense. I think this is a pretty common thing where people become like comfortable in their depressions. But that doesn't mean they like it. That just means they know it more, you know? Like, I feel like you can be comfortable in a home that's messy and dirty and probably not the best, but it's just what you know. And some people don't know that they can, like, I mean, me, myself, I don't know what it's like to just not, to just be able to actually change the mindset. I think that's one thing I need to work on. That's something that, you know, has been bothering me. Just that I can't. At most times. I can know what's going on, usually. I can assess myself. But I can't, like, take myself out of it. But recognition of an issue is probably the first step of solving it. So I'm getting somewhere slowly. Now I'm just comfortable where I am. It's also sorry for my cat in the background. Anyways, I will try to get as many comments as possible. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. Sorry I'm jumping all over the place, but one thing I would like to mention that I thought was interesting is that it is definitely easier to recognize these emotions, I think, actually while they're happening, instead of like, actually no, I don't know, that one's a difficult one. I think both times they're easy to recognize, but when I'm not feeling like that, it's just like, I don't know if this makes sense, I'm sorry. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. If not, that's okay too. I hope. Wait, no, that's not okay. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know how to edit these videos, so I have to keep that in. But, please reach out to people. Please, you know, do things that kind of help you. I know it's, like, difficult, but, like, hobbies or things that help actually, like, assess these emotions. I'm not good at, like, sometimes I'm not good at, you know, like, saying words to other people. I'm only here really to talk about my issues that I know well, things that I know well, because, you know, I think maybe somebody could just see and relate, but, yeah, so. By the way, I still haven't gotten a hug yet, in a long time, so, meaning I haven't in a long time, and when I do, it will be great. But, you know, it is what it is. One thing that I do recognize is that, like, I hide it, but I really do not like myself most of the time. I actually really am not a big fan, and I think the reason many people don't like themselves, again, this is just like what I think, is that they make themselves their thoughts, which I know it's a common thing. Like, they think about things, like, I'll think about things and I'll hate that I thought about it. I don't know, like, just I'll have these thoughts and I only focus in on the terrible ones and think that that's like a part of me, but it's not. And in truth, I don't really know how people see me. Like, when they talk to me in person, like, people I know in person, on here, I'm probably obviously only showing, like, one part of me. And, you know, like, here's one thing. Online, people, I think, at least what I do is, it seems like you know the people when they're vulnerable, at least, or when people who talk about stuff, but like here really nobody knows me. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, you guys don't know, but like it's true. I probably seem maybe better than how I actually am in person, maybe. I don't know. That's just something I think about. But I don't know. I don't think I'm actually terrible. When it comes to being a human being. Like, I try not to hurt many people as possible. Of course, that doesn't go for myself. It's just other people. And if I do accidentally do something, I do feel bad. So, I do feel really guilty. And one thing that I wish I could improve was that I'm like a really like needy friend, so if I'm going through something, I'll like need to talk to somebody, and I do feel bad about that. And like, I don't know, it's just, what can you do? I try to be as good of a person as possible, so, I think, I don't know. But the version you see of me is just a fraction, I hope, of what I actually am. I hope I am more than that, but it's good that some people know at least a little bit. So yeah, I'm glad if you've watched this much. This is actually a pretty long one. I've done, speed it if you want. I don't know. I doubt anybody will. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching.